Howdy y'all. Today we're looking at the 8 3/4 axle we're going to be building for the 68 Barracuda. We've got this thing 15 years ago or so. It's been sitting in storage. We've got a 355 489 case. It's got a power lock sure grip differential in it. We've got 1541H hardened axle shafts with green bearings. I think we've got all the hardware more or less, but what we are lacking is brakes. We're going to have to go on a hunt, see what we can find in the yard today, because, well, as you can hear, there's a lot of sanding and grinding and bodywork stuff going on in the background here, and, you know, we're just going to have to work with the noise. But hey, there's progress happening. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit the yard and see if we can find some brakes to go with all this good stuff here. Alright, let's do a little Boneyard of Despair shopping. We need some brakes. Let's see what we can find. 1 ton? No. 1 ton, 9 1/4 Chevy. Aha! I think we found what we need here. This is, yep, 8 1/4, 10-inch drums. I think this one will do the trick. Believe it or not, that one I believe is out of the top hand. So, yeah, just snatch this old girl up with a tractor and let's get it in the shop and see if we can get some brakes pulled off of this thing. It'll make our lives much easier on assembly of the 8 3/4. So, let's do it. Since it's fairly nice out here, and it's a lot easier to clean up the disaster that's about to ensue possibly, we'll go ahead and get this little guy taken apart and rob our brakes. Because, well, this is where Dodges come to die apparently. They never really die. They just come to be repurposed. So this axle was actually out of my 1979 top hand. Factory 8 1/4, but technically it's, I believe, in a truck considered an 8 3/8 for some reason. I don't know why. That is what the service manual calls it, at least. Obviously glued that on real good. There we go. Let's see how disgusting it is in here. Oh man. Poor axle. She got some water in her over the years. Well, oh yeah. That is Most definitely not pretty. But like I say, it's a donor at this point, and we can save the good parts and get rid of the rest. So, looks like we need a 12 point, pretty small, 12 point. It does still turn. I'm sure it could be saved. A little surface rust never hurt, right? We'll just ignore the large chunks on the ring gear. So let's go find a 12 point something and get the center pin out and remove C-clips, and we'll be getting close. Definitely not going to be a gear wrench. Nope. Nope. 1/4 inch, 12 point. Alright. Yahtzee. Oh, these sometimes are pretty tough. There's the old meat hammer. Turning. It'll be a slow mover though. All the way. At least it wasn't a roll pin. I hate those. And at least this one didn't break. Because that happens too. Not fun. Just small enough there that you can't get your hands on it. 1/4 turn at a time. Come on. Come out of there. You don't have to be there anymore. You're robbing your brakes. Ah, gotcha. Oh. Butter. Oh, now let's get these little push in. Come on. One C-clip. Push it in. Oh, that one just fell right out into the case. Good. Nice and disgusting in there. That'll be fun to get out. Nope. Come on. You don't want to be in there. It's gross. Rusty. I think we're going to have to get a magnet for that. We'll deal with that later. Let's go ahead and get these axles pulled. Wow. Those are some beefcake axles. Goodness gracious. Alright. Dirty part done. And all we gotta do is 4 bolts holding these backing plates onto the axle. And we'll have the good stuff we're after. Alright, well, looks like a 9/16 and a pair of dikes. Alright. Don't worry, folks. These brake lines have seen much better days. We're not hurt nothing. Let's see if the old DeWalt has it what it takes. That's a nope. 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 Gonna make us work for it. Alright.
main wheel here. Two, three, four. We should be able to. Get out of there. Come on. You don't need to be in there. Get out of there. Ah. Oh, there we go. And just like that, we have one. Rinse and repeat. And come on. Come on. We get the plastic aggression. Come on. There we go. And two. Right. That is what we need. Oh, nice. And that one definitely had a broke spring in it. Don't worry, we'll be fixing these up. I need a little love. Maybe some new parts. Now we can slide all this back together. And it can go back to the Boneyard of Despair. And, you know, maybe one day someone will need a rusty 8 1/4 axle for a pickup truck. Probably not anytime soon, but you know, we'll save it anyway. Gotcha. Dirt never hurt, alright? Although I don't know if that's really what they say about axles. I don't think you really want a lot of dirt in your axle. Or rust. Water. Yeah, there's pretty much all of that in this one. Whatever. Two. Yep. Alright, back in there. Back in there with that. Why won't you fit? There we go. Not cooperating. Hammer. Like a glove. That's good enough. Let's just pretend like we didn't see any of this. Put it back together. Oh, gotta go the right way. Like new. Alrighty guys, let's check out some more forgotten Barracuda parts. This was a really nice A-body housing we picked up 10 or 15 years ago with the intent of upgrading the old girl. Picked up some 1541H hardened shafts with green bearings, 1/2-inch wheel studs on a big bolt pattern wheel.
Here's our old truck brakes we just robbed. 5-bolt pattern, bolts right on. Same as what most any Mopar would run back in the day. We do have a new set of hardware for the axle housing. Some spring plates and U-bolts, as you really shouldn't be reusing U-bolts, guys. It can be dangerous. Well, the housing itself was in very, very nice shape. You've really got to watch that on these old things. They get beat up, bent, tore up real easily. And this one appears to be very, very straight. No dents, dings, or rust spots. And from the top side here, we found one flaw. Mother Mopar, well, she didn't quite finish welding that day. And after doing some pressure washing and degreasing on this thing and let it dry, found a nice little greasy spot leaking from that little hole. And so yeah, this and the hardware, like I said, we're replacing all that with some fresh studs. Moving on to the center chunk, we've got a nice 489 case outfitted with a nice set of 355 gears and a power lock sure grip. This was put together by someone many moons ago, the intent of being used, and they didn't use it. So, found a pretty good deal on it. The gear set was a supposedly used gears. The power lock is obviously used, but was rebuilt with fresh clutches and whatnot. As you see, it's still got all the setup grease on it, and it's in really, really good shape, especially compared to the old 8 1/4 we just took those brakes off of. Now, as you can see, there's our gear markings. They don't appear to be an original set, but obviously, well, they told us they were used, so no telling how old they are, but they look good. Our carrier is, as said, a power lock case. Appears to be dated 1/11/66, best I can see. It's got some fresh clutches in it, and a little bit of rust here and there from sitting on the shelf, unfortunately, but we can clean that up with a little wire brush action. Alrighty, y'all, that does it for today's video. We're gonna get that 8 3/4 axle assembled here as soon as we get some brake parts show up. The sanding is ensuing in there though, and I don't know if it's ever gonna end, honestly. We'll find out. But anyway, what do y'all think about an 8 3/4 axle? Is 355 gears enough for drag racing? Is that enough to beat a Nacho Cuda with a 430 gear, I hear? I don't know. I'm not much of a drag racer, so I don't have much to compare it against. But I can say that I think it's going to be a good race. And I'd like to hear y'all's thoughts on what are the best ways to get down the track. Does gears matter? Is it just tires? Is it just pure horsepower? What do y'all think? Anyway, for now, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you aren't. Hit that like button. See you next time. Thanks. Kitty.